How do I bring that up? Because we got a big Subway Series this weekend against the Mets. But first, I want to talk a little bit about this weekend and what I saw from the Yankees. Now, obviously, going into this series, I still had high hopes for the Yankees winning the division. Yes, are the Blue Jays a good team? Yes. But I thought the Yankees were a better all-around team. Now, obviously, the Blue Jays have the better offense. Pitching's kind of a wash. I think we have a little better defense. Our bullpen is better. But you know what? From what I saw this weekend, first of all, I'll tell you something that bothered me about us fans. I think we need to take responsibility for. What was going on that Friday doubleheader? There was no one there. I'm looking around. I'm like, this is a pennant chase? 20,000 people at Yankee Stadium, 25,000 people, and this is a pennant chase? That bother you, Mikey?
Oh, no doubt. I mean, anytime I'm going to a Yankee game, I'm trying to get the 47,000 people. I'm trying for everyone to be next to me. I'd rather no room to move going around the stadium. Kind of that old Yankee Stadium feeling is what it, at least, I mean, it's September 16th already. I mean, how could that place, especially on a Friday, I mean, what's everyone doing when they get out of work? I mean, I could understand if a doubleheader starting early about the first game, but I think it's inexcusable for anyone that calls himself a fan to not be trying to get out there, especially when they're playing the Blue Jays, who are a very hot team, and the Yankees just got to get the job done in this last stretch.
Oh, I know. I completely agree. And, that's not the only thing that bothered me. We're going to get to all the things that bother me. The lack of fan support did bother me, but I think the rain out killed a lot of the hype of that series. I mean, you had Price going for the Jays on Thursday, and I think that game gets played on Thursday, and I think we win the first game. And, no fans show up on Friday. The Yankees don't even show up. An incredibly flat team. And, you can't show up against good teams like that because the Blue Jays flat out completely dominated the Yankees. In the first game, I mean, the Yankees came out swinging. They came out swinging the bats, but you're not going to outslug a team like the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays are going to completely take away. The Blue Jays are the type of team that is going to completely take away you scoring runs. You score a run, they're going to score a run right back at you, and you're not going to outslug a team like that. I mean, I was confident when I saw Gardner go deep, a couple other guys, A-Rod go deep. Bautista, Encarnacion, those guys the ball looks like a beach ball to them right now, and obviously losing game one was tough, but I come back and I see the score 6-0 in the second inning, and that's obviously not what I wanted to see, and it's disappointing because this was supposed to be a series that the Yankees were going to prove their worth and kind of give the Blue Jays a run for their money, but that's completely opposite, and obviously another high scoring affair in game two, and there you go. We lose the first two games. The only way we're not going to gain any ground, and the only way we're going to kind of make our mark in the series is to win two games and split. What did you see, Mike, on in the first game? I mean, obviously the Yankees came out swinging, but it was kind of faded as the game went on.
Which game are you referring to? The one they faced the Price game,
the doubleheader
back on Thursday. Just what was the score of that one?
I think it ended up being some odd. I think the Blue Jays ended up winning 9-7 or something like that.
Yeah, one of those games is just. I mean, it's just the bullpen has been talked about a lot for the Yankees, but if they want to be a postseason contending team, this starting pitching has to come along. Any game that 9 runs or whatever number it ended up being that day. But it's inexcusable. That's a run an inning. It's a major league game's 9 innings, and you're saying that's basically giving up a run every inning, and that none of the pitchers are stopping guys. But I mean, it's been questionable, especially since Evaldi got hurt with the arm problems. It's just he was another piece to the puzzle that just went down. Nova hasn't looked good, and the pitching just needs to come along for them to stay strong.
Oh no, I definitely agree. And now that wild card race is getting a lot tighter. You have Texas coming out of nowhere. I mean, I remember a month ago we were playing Texas, and they were some 7.5, 8 games back, and I was like, they picked up Hamels, but it almost seemed like a trade for next year. You know what I mean? It didn't seem like they're gonna have a chance, but that team's got a lot of talent, and they're giving the Astros a run for their money. They are I mean, last night they won on a walk off, and now they're in first place or tied for first place.
No, now they just took the lead
Overtook. Oh wow,
just
overtook.
now.
That's news to me. So they're sitting in first place, and now the Yankees are looking. I mean, they're 3 games up, but the Yankees are looking at playing the Astros, and probably seeing Keuchel. So I mean, what I took away from the Yankees in the Blue Jays series is not a lot of heart. The better team in that series won. The Blue Jays came in. They had their intentions, and they absolutely slapped us around the ballpark, outslugged us in our own stadium, and they took 3 out of 4. And you know, I think they kind of made their mark as they're looking good for the AL East Division champions. I mean, would you agree with me, Mike? I think they kind of pulled away that series.
They definitely put themselves in a very good position at this time of the year. As I mean, the postseason's a little later. We're looking at last regular season is the first week of October, so we're looking at like the first, second, and third. But I mean, it's tough. I mean, 3 games isn't too unreasonable to catch, but I don't know. When it comes down to these head-to-head matchups, they can't keep giving up these games to the Blue Jays. I mean, the Blue Jays are just coming into the Bronx and they're just dominating almost, I want to say. Would you agree with that?
I mean, it's amazing. I heard some stat. The Blue Jays before the trade deadline, before they played the Yankees in the trade deadline, and they swept that series at the Bronx at the stadium, they had lost in the Bronx 8 straight times. 8 straight times in the Bronx they'd lost. It's amazing how much difference a year makes. First of all, when I thought of the Blue Jays a couple years ago, I thought, oh, they have some talent. They have Bautista who can hit bombs. They had Encarnacion. But they were missing almost that swagger, that we got to win swagger. This year, I see that from them. And to be honest, I always said when I was discussing them with people, I would always say, oh, the Blue Jays, what's their Achilles heel? Oh, their bullpen and their starting pitching. Obviously the Price addition helped, but their other starters have been solid. I mean, you have Hutchinson with, 13 or 14 wins. Now, yes, has he pitched into some luck? Yes, the Blue Jays score. The Blue Jays are going to give you runs, but a win is a win is a win, as they say. They're getting a good quality starts to their pitchers. Their pitchers are keeping them in the games, and they can hit. That team mashes baseballs, especially in Yankee Stadium. Now, with the wild card race getting tighter, and the series with the Mets coming up, I think we got ourselves one of the most exciting series of the year. And I think I speak for myself and anyone who's a Yankees and Mets fan. We're excited for this one. The Mets are playing great baseball. Great baseball. The Mets are on a hot streak, and they dropped the game last night, but they were on an 8-game streak. They're playing good baseball. It's going to be interesting to see. You got Citi Field, big field. Kind of favors the Mets a little bit, but I think the Yankees are going to come to this series with, I hope, that need to win. And when we come back, we're going to talk about the Subway Series and give a little preview of next week's games with the Giants and Jets.
Was a fast machine, she